So my name is Lizabeth Brimmer and I'm founder of Entrepreneurs. And Entrepreneurs is a nurse community to help nurses who are considering business as an option. You might be working on something already, or you might just have a vague idea of something, or you might just be a little bit curious of what it's all about. So we're keeping all of this quite low maintenance, these lives, just because, we're working in, well, remarkable circumstances, COVID-19 dominance. So we're just keeping really low level activities, just really getting you to start thinking about yourselves, your career, your status as a professional, and letting other people know what you are and what you do, other than just being that kind of lovely sweet nurse. So if you've watched the last live, which is on YouTube, hopefully you've got your social media profile on point. And so today is really leading from there. So I've got my social media stuff all sorted out. So now what next? So really, once you're up to speed with all this stuff, I would say the next part of the jigsaw is to start creating some regular content. And I wouldn't necessarily normally do this in this way, but it's not normal times. So it's about, I would say at the moment, we've got really good kind of opportunities to be writing about our experiences. I mean, you could, call it a blog if you like. And so again, this isn't just for those of you that have got a business project or even an idea of something in the future. But I think for all of us at the moment that we're all experiencing this historic moment in time, and whether we're working or we've got our own businesses or we're furloughed or whatever the circumstances are, it's a really unique moment in time and we'll all experience it really differently. So it's actually, I think, a really useful time to be writing. So a blog by definition is an online journal or diary. That's kind of an official definition. And what's the point, you might wonder. Well, again, I try to sort of do my research before I come on here and talk to you guys. And one of the names that popped into my head, I don't know whether you've heard of him or not, but there's this guy called Jason Fried, spelt like fried, but it's Jason Fried, and he does TED Talks. I don't know if any of you are familiar with those, but he's a guy with a massive tech company and has quite a sort of unique approach to kind of work life and getting the best out of people. He's a kind of a modern sort of a guy, really successful business, but doesn't want people to be working all hours, doesn't want loads of pointless meetings, wants to help people be creative, all of that kind of stuff. And so I remembered that he spoke about writing on one of his TED Talks, and so I kind of reminded myself, because I knew that he said some quite poignant stuff about it. And one of the things that he said was that clear writing is a sign of clear thinking, which I think is a really good kind of phrase. Now I've got these slides here to remind me, and we're right at the end there, so let me just go back to the beginning. So yeah, this guy, if you're interested, you can listen to some of his TED Talks. He's quite an interesting guy, I'd say. So yeah, the benefits of writing, according to Jason Fried, he says that clear writing is a sign of clear thinking. So he identifies these 10 different reasons why he thinks writing is so beneficial. And the first one he says is that you learn to communicate with clarity. So the reason being for that, I think, is that when we're writing, we tend to kind of look at better ways to express ourselves. So you think about what you're saying more. When you speak, it's just sort of off the cuff. So like when I'm doing these lives, I will, do a bit of research, I'll think about it a bit more and I'll write a plan, rather than I like free talking, but if I don't have a plan at all, then I haven't given it as much thought, basically. And writing also helps to increase the vocabulary, because you know what it's like when you're writing, you try not to repeat the same words, so you look for different words to describe stuff. It makes you more productive. According to him, it activates brain neurons which help you overcome tasks. I think it helps with things like goal setting and also accountability. It's like there's something about writing something down as a goal that makes it seem more like you've got to do it. I've talked about having a journal on my podcasts, where you kind of use that to write down your thoughts and your ideas. And it's coming back to that, writing something down, having it in black and white just makes it more real, rather than it just flitting in and out of your mind and moving on to the next thing. So accountability, I think, ties in with that. It's accountability to yourself, essentially. It can help you to learn more. And again, if you think back to the days when we're on our courses, I mean, we still do courses now, but you're always told, aren't you, that it's better for you to take notes in a lecture rather than handouts. And the reason being is that the thought is that if you put things into your own words, you're more likely to assimilate the information and learn better. So that's what's meant by that. Gaining awareness of your reality, again, just putting things down in black and white. I would say it's kind of it's almost like a sort of personal therapy, and seeing your own feelings and emotions and expectations written in black and white can help you to really discover what your own motivators and drivers are if you're not already aware of them. He says that you make better decisions, and again, having things set down in black and white, it takes time, it makes you more considered, and it can help to clear the head. I mean, I'm a real list writer, but one of the reasons that I write lists is to kind of clear my head, and so that I don't forget stuff. And again, just sort of dumping things down on a piece of paper, sometimes it can just make you feel, give you a bit more clarity, make you feel like, okay, I don't need to worry because everything's down there. I've done a brain dump and it's all on that bit of paper, and then I can go back to it and I can, think about things again with better clarity, make better decisions.